Up, and away. Let me see your fantasy singing up and away. Fantasy brings the reality. Up, take my heart. Take me to your disco, and we're gonna do all the things that we wanted to do. Whoa, let me hear you say it away. Whoa, yay, yes. Yes! Celtic have absolutely demolished the Rangers 3-1 in that second half. Killed the game off. And it's got to be said, it's a scoreline that I kind of thought, when you look at all the bookings though, Dai's Maeda booked, Rio Hitati booked, Scales booked, Trusty booked. The referee was definitely trying to level things up. Martin O'Neill took over for Brendan Rodgers at the beginning of the season. Martin O'Neill has us on the verge of something special. Martin O'Neill has us on the verge of potentially winning the league title. You would never have thought. I've said, I did a watch along with the Hearts, the Motherwell Hearts game, and I said during that game, Hearts didn't look like they wanted to win the championship. They didn't look like that they wanted to get it over the line. They didn't look convincing that they wanted to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and show why they're championship contenders. Celtic today did. Celtic today give us that belief. And I tell you one thing, going into the two games that are remaining, one on Wednesday away to Motherwell, the Motherwell manager will know this Celtic team are no mugs. They will know that this Celtic team has the chance to absolutely destroy teams when they click. Dai's Maeda coming onto form. Dai's Maeda has been absolutely rank rotten the majority of this season. Dai's Maeda now coming onto a little bit of form is absolutely wonderful. It is a beautiful thing to see. Absolutely beautiful. When you look at the fact that Dai's Maeda and Celtic are hitting form just at the right time, it says to me that Celtic are about to do something unbelievable. There are 2 games to go. Motherwell will take care of it itself. Big shout out to everyone who was on the watch along from so many places around the world. Ray's still here. Superb, well done to the players for showing up today and showing how much they really want this. That Maeda goal was unreal, man. It takes big players to win games. It takes big players. I'm going to listen to a little bit of Dyson Maeda. Let me just sit this down. I think it's Dyson Maeda. It's not. It's Callum McGregor.
Season in the context of the season.
What about the man next to you and his contribution?
Unbelievable. Just keeps getting better and better. First finish trademark, and then the second one, he's on cloud 9 and sits up well for him. And what a finish! You could feel the atmosphere in the stadium. It's something special for sure.
Dyson, how pleased were you with that overhead kick?
It was just lucky.
Lucky?
Lucky?
You're understating that, is it? Can you talk us through your process of when you thought you were going to try the overhead kick?
I had a good feeling, so I was just like, why not just try it?
Why not just try it?
What is it about your form just now? That's 6 goals in 4 games.
6 goals in 4
You're
games to
hitting your
win
best
Celtic
form
the lead.
at this stage of the season.
4試合で6ゴール今決めていて、とてもいい、調子になっていますが、この時期にこれだけ調子がいいのは何だと思いますか？
ファンサポーターが素晴らしい応援してくれてるんで、それに僕たちは応えたいっていう思いでやってるので、それが結果につながっているかなと思います。
I think that's because of the fans. Like, you know, we want to pay them back. Like, we want to work hard, everything. So, yeah, that's the reason why, I think.
Callum, how key is that everyone is hitting top form at this very important time?
Yeah, that's it. To win big games, you have to peak at the right time, and obviously everybody's been speaking about it the last 3-4 weeks. The team is starting look more like its usual self, and when you turn up to these big games, it's about turning up, performing, and ultimately making sure you win them.
What was important today? Because when you went 1-0 there, I could see the manager telling everyone to keep calm. Was that the thing? Did you kind of just lose that control for that period?
I actually thought we started the game well, but you know Rangers are a threat on counter-attack. Got some good ball carriers, strikers good in transition moments, and we knew that if we were too gun-ho, we might have got picked off, and actually that's probably what happened. We'd actually started the game well, we were on the front foot, and then we just get hit with a good bit of skill, and to be fair, Phil makes a good save, but then he finishes it. So you've got to be sure that when you're attacking, you've got to lock the game out properly. And it was just a case of resetting the team. We were in good momentum at that point, and then obviously we get a goal at the good time as well. And then since then, we didn't really look back in the game.
You're used to winning the league with this club, but how different and difficult will this week be, given that you're the ones chasing?
Well, listen, it's in our hands, so we just approach every game the same as what we've always done. We try and arrive into the big games, work as hard as we possibly can. You see the boys running the effort in there. In that game, we have to bring that to Wednesday night. If we can win that, then obviously that sets us up for the end of the week. But we just take one at a time. We get back in, we recover, and then we go again and see where that takes us.
Well done today, Tyson Mide as the William Hill Premiership Player of the Match. Fernando with the word. Well done. Thank you.
Thanks.
Unbelievable.
Well, Neil, they say
Unbelievable.
if you can't be good, be lucky. But
Unbelievable for Celtic to be in this position where they have the chance to ultimately win the league title. It's unbelievable. Big shout out to John, the truck driving legend. Hail Baz, watching Rhodes, watching the game in a pub. Now to find a pub to watch the game on Wednesday and Saturday. When Mendes scored that goal, you're a dancer. The weather's 25 degrees where you are. Thank you for that super chat, John. Unbelievable. Will that go down as one of the sweetest goals? I know that Yang has got goal of the season at Celtic, but Dyson Maeda, does he get something for that goal? Let's listen to Neil Lennon.
Still coming up, with momentum and with big goals and with big performances now as well.
Even early in the season, his numbers in terms of his running stats were still there.
I was going to say, there's still a relentlessness.
Yeah, 100%. And you look at Celtic as a team right now, they've struggled at the top end of the pitch, hence the reason why he has had to play as a number 9. I do feel as if he's more effective from the left-hand side, but there's one thing, it doesn't matter where he plays, he will give you 100%. There's no getting away from it. He doesn't give goalkeepers a minute, defenders a minute, and you're always on edge when someone like that's around. When he's on song, he can finish, he can get in positions to affect games of football, and we've seen it again today. There might have been times where you, even as you said there, Neil, when he goes through and goal, and you think he's a certainty to score, and I think he ended up getting flagged offside anyway. But the ones where you think he's a certainty to score, he doesn't, and then he just pops up out of nowhere and finds something, that moment of magic. The amount of times that he gets across the front of defenders because they're sleeping, they're switching off, they know he's rapid. And that movement, that movement across, the amount of goals he scored is incredible. Yes, he might not have had the best start to the season in the middle part, but I tell you what, when the business end is kicked in, he's stepped up.
He's the reason why Celtic are.
Yeah, he's kept it in it.
Yeah. He is, because his intensity. The rest of the team have responded to it, and as you're speaking about the movement, when it's playing as a striker, he goes and does it the absolute best he can. He's got the striker movements. At times, as both guys have said, that finesse is missing, but he keeps going and he keeps putting himself into a position, and if you keep doing that, you'll get your reward. The overhead kick's outstanding technique. I mean, it is adjusting to the touch, but the technique is there for him. And for me, he is the reason why Celtic are in with a chance of winning.
I love his first goal as well, where he gets across. I mean, I'm going to be critical of Fernandes, but it's just that dart across, and the finish is exquisite. He just uses the piece of the cross. And he got one last week similar. He's sniffing around in the box. On the end of Alistair Johnson's cross, gets a couple here against Falkirk. He's just sort of come really good. And
this is glorious.
He's very unselfish as well, though, because see, as a striker, you know as soon as you make that movement across, if you don't get it, you've absolutely no chance of getting a second ball. Whereas a lot of strikers will start to peel off and then maybe go, because it might come back off someone. But as soon as he goes across, because he's so sharp, you're not getting near him. But he does sacrifice himself for the team a lot of the times when the balls come in for that wide area. And his numbers, I mean, over the last year was through the roof. You did get the feeling that it was going to drop off a little bit. But as I said, when you get to this stage of the season, you're looking for big players to step up and be counted. And that's exactly what Daizen Maeda has done.
Yeah, let's go through the goals then that decided this game here today, and we'll start with.
Let's go through the goals. They go through the goals, and I can't show the goals because we will get done for copyright by showing the goals at this point. It's the wrong screen completely. That was the scoreline today. Let's jump into some of your comments. And Maeda is a perfect example of hard work. Does natural ability. He tries non-stop, no matter how many times he misses sitters. When you look at the way that Daizen Maeda played today, missed three complete. He missed the easier chances. It's got to be said, he did miss the easiest chances this afternoon, and that overhead kick was just. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable, and it makes you think. You know, if Daizen Maeda had been on form, you look at the Rangers goal. Liam Scales kind of, coming off him. But let's listen to a little bit more of Boyd and...
Celtic had to suffer in that first half in moments, but they dug in. And that's what, real teams do. I mean, you look, even last week at Tynecastle as well with Hearts, it's exactly what they've done. It wasn't great for them. They knew they had to suffer in that moment. That's what they've done. You then flip it to the second half with both games with Rangers, they disappear. When the going gets tough, they disappear.
And it's different to the going gets tough. I think Rangers get into
when the going gets tough, the tough get a going.
Winning's hard. Like, you need to run more, especially when you have a lead, something to protect. You need to run more. You need to up the intensity. That's the suffering.
I think Rangers
need to and knock it about and look at me. I'm a good player and I'm going to play a nice slow pass. I'm not ready for that. They drop the levels when they're in front, and that's allowing teams.
And it's not just this afternoon.
It's every time. A lot of time throughout the season.
We asked at half time, could Rangers maintain it, and they couldn't.
Yeah.
And that's something that Danny Rowe's got to find solutions for.
Yeah, because Celtic did up the intensity. They got themselves back into the game as well.
The thing is you knew it was coming. You knew that Celtic would up the intensity in the second half. We knew that we had to take Luke McCowan off in the first half, bringing on, and it was a bit strange that he started with Luke McCowan out on the wing. And we've got to be said, the first 20 minutes, Luke McCowan's no pace. He's not a winger. He's not a player that can get back, that can track back. He played one fantastic ball for Yang. The beauty about the Yang goal is Yang went away out to the wing. He was coming in wide. He was coming in short. But before the goal, he went out to the wing. He kind of stayed out, and then he come into the box late on. Brilliant for Yang. You've got to say that there is the yin and yang of Yang, where he's not so good sometimes, and he does have little lapses of concentration when it comes to the game, but he took his goal absolutely fantastic. It has to be said. That's John the Truck Driving Legend one. Let me just jump down these. Try and get some more of the comments that's got it. Where's Chris Sutton? Where is Chris Sutton? Where is Chris Sutton? A lot of people are trying to find out where exactly is Chris Sutton. Was he commentating on the game? No reason for any professional football player to run non-stop for a whole game. They're athletes. Keevans is getting popped into a care home tomorrow. Hugh Keevans, who said that Celtic would not be anywhere nearing the title, wouldn't be anywhere near the title. And when you look at the previous scorelines, it is a reverse of the 3-1 back in January. Let's listen to a little bit more of the greeting face Chris Boyd.
The game is really anybody's to be won, but Celtic are the team that came out in that second half with that intensity.
I know what Martin's going to work at. He will have had a word with Trusty. Come on, tidy up. You need to look after Chimiti better. Let's get control of the game. Let's put them under pressure and just lift their intensity or our quality in the next 10-15 minutes. The substitution definitely helped that. It gave them a little bit more width. But I expected Celtic to come out, and they did.
This is
Straight
terrible
ball over
again.
the top from Skills. I don't know
Straight
what
ball
Jiggy's
over the
doing,
top. Dyson. Oh! Absolutely cracking goal from Dyson
Maeda. Off the
Maeda.
back. Kieran had a great game, I thought. Looks
Kieran
far more
Tierney
like himself.
did have a good game. He lasted 83 minutes. Got a lot of pressure in. I would show the goals, but I will end up getting copyrighted from Sky if I show the goals. So apologies that I can't show the goals on the channel because I don't want to get copyrighted from Sky.
But you look at that there, Fernandez. Yes, he should be close to that side, but I cannot believe Jega is outside the box there. Your defender is a back
But
foot.
they'll show them again.
I mean, tell me.
They're showing them again.
There's no way the ball can go into.
But
the lights back on.
But the thing is, James, see even if he does, just talk to Conor Barron right or left, shuts that pass off.
Yeah,
You look, he goes away in there. Tavernier,
Boys having a meltdown.
he's there.
And then he
Switches off, and that's what I'm talking about. Maeda off
it's
when
good from Maeda.
when a standard start. But again, James Tavernier down that right-hand side. How many times has he got in behind there? Ball across. It's so easy from a Celtic point of view, but they're willing to run. They're willing to run without the ball.
Jigga and Fernandez are blaming everybody else. Jigga and Fernandez get the hands up blaming everyone else. Jigga shouldn't go. Fernandez, for me, has to see the danger. You've got Dyson Maeda. Open your body up, get your arm across, even get the block in the run. He doesn't. It's great strike. It's good play from Celtic. You have to say, Tierney making the run, the pass from Scales, the cross, and the finish.
I think it's really sloppy and casual from a defensive point.
Yeah, 100%. And that's
even the first goal. Like Engels has got it in space. He's like, he get a touch, body, and cross it. They're all back in here watching. And then on the second one, he's let Maeda get across.
100%.
But you still need to play the pass. You still need to run beyond. You still need to ask questions.
Right. But centre half's the first job is to defend and defend the ball.
I look at Jega and Fernandez right now, and I don't think there's any real pride in defending.
No.
I think they want to get on the ball, they want to look good, they take touch, and it might look okay for a lot of people out there. Think, oh, they're cool and composed on the ball. It has the opposite effect. When somebody's there, I mean, you played in that position. If somebody's taking 3-4 touches, all of a sudden, give me the ball, get it into my feet, I want to get moving. All of a sudden, when you're taking touch, people close in, the gaps become smaller, and then it's so slow.
People for no movement.
It's so slow. And the thing is, as I said, if that's the way you want to play it, you have to make sure you defend properly. And that there was abysmal. From a centre-back to go and press a midfielder, when you've got two number sixes in front of you, to go there, come out, just tell Conor Barron to drop or shut it off right aside.
He doesn't have to. Barron's down the line of the pass. Engels can't get the ball into feet. He does not have to go.
He just needs to stay.
He doesn't have to go.
And he'd be standing in the box, the 6-yard box, to clear that if that ball comes across, if he stays in his position.
Okay, well, the next goal, we have already seen it, an absolute beauty.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have seen that goal. Sorry, I can't show you that. We'll keep jumping between the screens due to the fact that
they vote for the goal of the season too early.
Would this have won it?
this was definitely a one goal of the season.
It is outstanding from Dyson Maeda. I know you can, picked apart the goals.
Can we get away with showing this goal?
Maybe could have been more intensity.
I mean, it's a fantastic goal by Dyson Maeda. I mean, look at that for an overhead kick. That's phenomenal. Look at it from this angle. It makes it even sweeter. I mean, he just kicks it and then he turns around when he's on his arse and he just watches it loop into there. What a goal that was. And the Rangers keeper is just absolutely devastated that that ball goes into the back of the net. Dyson Maeda completely smothered by all the players.
Continue to work. You touched on it after the game. 93, 94 minutes, Dyson Maeda is still running back, sprinting back, challenging, shutting people down, closing people down, not letting Rangers get any opportunity of settling. And that's
even
what he
the
does.
striker's point of view, the chance he goes through and we're all expecting him maybe either take a touch or he hits it wide and it's not the greatest of finishes, he'll keep going. He'll just keep going. Yeah. He knows he'll get a chance. It doesn't never lets it affect him.
Yeah, well, it was a sensational way to round off what was a very, very
fantastic day for Celtic. We're listening to Martin O'Neill in just a minute or so. But the bigger question that comes from Celtic fans is, and now I was going to give you a little bit of information. I did say during the live. Let me just go on to let me just go and get this message that I got from my brother. And I'll download this picture of the tickets. Now, this tells me that Martin O'Neill knows that he will not be the manager at Celtic next season. Martin O'Neill I don't want it forward. Open the picture. Martin O'Neill. An evening with Martin O'Neill, Friday the 12th of June in Sticks, Kirkcaldy. Meet and greet, £70, standard ticket either £30 or £40. Now, let me show you these tickets. To me, this says that Martin O'Neill knows that he is not the Celtic manager, because no Celtic manager generally does this type of thing pre-season. So this is the tickets, and these are confirmed. These were picked up yesterday by my brother, and these are it's the end of an era for Martin O'Neill. We know that Martin O'Neill, there was a lot of fans hoping that Martin O'Neill may be the manager next season, but there is an evening with Martin O'Neill, and Friday the 12th of June, doors open at 6:30pm, show starts at 8pm at Sticks, Kirkcaldy, Victoria Road, and £70 for the meet and greet, and £30/£40 for early bird tickets for £30 and £40 for normal tickets. So that is a bit of confirmation that Martin O'Neill won't be here next year. It's kind of sad as well that Martin won't be here. It leaves a lot of unanswered questions with only 2 games remaining in the league, and with the Scottish Cup final to still play for. You know, Martin's well within his right to milk this for the next year or so, going to Celtic events all around the country, talking to Celtic fans, and talking about what a fantastic season it was. You know, Martin O'Neill has ruined their season. Martin O'Neill has ruined their season. Did you see Casper was there at the end, coming back to collect his medal? He'll not be there. He'll be there to collect his medal next weekend, but Martin O'Neill, the new fans liaison officer. Yeah, Martin O'Neill scalped him out of everything. He did that. But what does it say for the next manager? Who is the next manager? There's a lot of people speculating that it may be Jens of Motherwell. He's been at quite a few Celtic games this season, but the bookie's favourite is Robbie Keane, sorry. Not Roy Keane, Robbie Keane. And it's Martin went to Kilsyth now, and he came back for the second time. Yeah, he did do, but that was already booked in. He didn't expect Wilfred Nancy not to be at Celtic, let's be honest. He booked that in once he knew that he wasn't going to be at Celtic. Anyway, 3 to go. Three to go. We got it over the line today. Absolutely fantastic. The players were on form. We're still waiting to hear from Martin O'Neill. I don't know if he has been on this yet. And no, let me just turn this down a second, see if he's been. Well, it looks as if they've stopped altogether. Let me just get. I'm going to get you a quick interview with Martin O'Neill on Radio Scotland. Let me just turn this forward up. I know a lot of you don't like Radio Scotland, but here's the interview with Martin O'Neill on Radio Scotland.
That's the manager's mistake. And that was the crucial goal. That was the goal.
I mean, pick the Ant-Man. I mean, I'm
coming from a goal behind against Big
Richard that I do not understand that he felt they needed.
Well, you know, he's pulled it through today again.
Make of that, I wonder.
It was a big win for us. I thought we were terrific, particularly in the second half.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute, because we do have Martin O'Neill on the telly also. Let's get Martin O'Neill on the telly.
We needed just about 10 minutes to get into the ascendancy. That's what we did. We scored the goals at the important moments, great goals as they were as well too, and deserved to win the match.
In that first half, when you were trailing, I could see you trying to tell your team to calm down. Was that important at that point?
Absolutely. We fought back on other occasions this season. We were 2-0 down at Ibrox. well and truly behind in that particular game. So we had that we can get ourselves back into games as well. So it's just a matter of just calming down. That's goals gone against us. Yes, it's a setback. It's a setback against our big rivals, and of course they were playing very strongly at that time. You just settle down for about 10 or 15 minutes, get back into the game again.
Dyson Maida, that's now 6 goals in 4 games. Just how important is this run of form from him individually and also collectively just now?
Yeah, extraordinary performance by him. Really extraordinary. First of all, the negative part of the game, closing players down, is terrific. But then when with the ball, the goals he scored, that's like, to me, his second goal was just unbelievable.
Do you feel your team are now coming into real form at the right time, or is that too premature?
You've asked me this question a couple of times before, and I know honestly ad nauseum I'm going to answer back. I think that momentum can get changed at any given minute. You know, you think we're playing strongly. We're playing for each other, which is really important. And we're getting big moments where we've turned games. That's important for us. We've got a massive game midweek now, a massive game against a very, very talented side. So we've got to get ready for that.
Neil Lennon in the studio, and also you as Celtic manager, have experienced weeks like this before when it does go to the wire. What is going to be important now for this Celtic team that are maybe used to having the league already won at this stage?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In recent years, that there's been like that there, but there's been a massive challenge. From Celtic's viewpoint, we have been chasing the whole way. It just seems, I mean, I've had 2 spells in here, and that's all we seem to be doing. And you're winning football matches, winning games, and then you think, have we gained any ground at all? So it's one of those. But we've got the big game. We're still in it. We're still fighting, and that's the most important thing to come out today.
Are you able to enjoy it when you are still chasing and still fighting when you win a big game like this?
It is. There's no doubt that you get fantastic enjoyment of winning a football match. But when you see the players in the dressing room there who have given absolutely everything and they're out on their feet, yeah, it's a great feeling. There's no question about it. You asked me have I enjoyed it. I think I said to you umpteen times over the period. I'm not sure you ever enjoy it really.
When you think back to your very first game against Rangers in charge, that's an iconic game now, but since being back, you've been unbeaten. Have you been able to really relish and enjoy this fixture individually?
I'm not sure that I will or have done. I just think it's if it's my last game, then that's fine. It's great to win, and obviously against Rangers, it's fantastic. There's no, from a Celtic viewpoint. And then there was moments there today that was reminiscent of the team that I had away back quite some years ago. But this team has fought valiantly, and there's no such thing as deserving anything. But we deserve at least to go into the Motherwell game on to trying to get something from that.
What's the message then to your players and to the fans for this week ahead?
I thought the crowd were magnificent today, absolutely magnificent. Bit of unison, you know, which I think when we stepped in way back at end of October, beginning of November time, didn't seem to be there, but unison, and that's really important. So listen, just whatever sort of things are going on in the background, just leave them to the side at this minute. The crowd, I actually think the crowd have pulled us over the line in a number of matches recently.
Well done today.
Thank you very much.
That is Martin O'Neill, the absolute legend that he is. Should be listening to his skipper and leader on the park for so many years, Neil Lennon.
Yeah, I would put them as favourites. Just on current form. Obviously, they've got a really difficult game, as Martin alluded to, on Wednesday, and then Hearts at home. If you were going to say, look, you've got to win a game for the title on the last game of the season, do you want it home or away? You'd want it here.
Want it home.
You know,
want it home.
But I said at the start, 3 wins, but the 3 of the toughest games you could get. They've negotiated one. It's a 2-horse race now. He looks really cool and calm. You know, I think he's handled the media and he's handled the games brilliantly. You know, and whether this is his last hurrah or not, he'll want to go out winning the title, and his team is now responding to the level that we know they can. I thought they were great second half and dominated the game and deserved the win, and that was psychologically massive for them because they haven't shown that a lot this year, and all of a sudden momentum's with them. They'll get a massive lift from winning that today, and then it all rolls on to Wednesday now. But are the favourites for me? They are, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, Rangers, on the other hand, their race has run 3 league defeats on the bounce for the first time in 26 years, means they are out of it. So let's get Danny Rowe's thoughts. After it all, he's with Luke.
They're not just out, they are out. Let's hear for the Wig.
Disappointment, I think, when you lose 3-1. Then, of course, very disappointed. Yeah, again, I think the story is again and again the same. In the key moments, we are not sharp enough to defend. I think in our box, two similar situations. I think then the third one was a great goal. Remember a little bit our goal when we scored from Yusuf this time. Yeah, but all in all, to take something, you have to play over all the time with this consequence.
Is that the biggest frustration, not getting that complete 90 minutes again?
Yeah, I think general, maybe you agree, maybe not. It was a game, it was really comparison. I think challenge from both sides, tried something, played very aggressive. But in these small moments you have to be there to take something, and we couldn't. And this is what we have to change in the future, to take and to win such a games.
Is that individual responsibility or is that a collective then?
Both. I think both. I think there's we have in some moments we have enough players around to defend this. In some moments, we lose then our men. We are not ready. We are not in the right position, and then it's tough. Yeah, it's tough to come back. Or we knew you have to suffer on some moments. You have to come through. But yeah, this is my job. This is my responsibility, and this is what we have to improve as a group.
You say improve as a group, and you also said improve going forward. Is this team showing what they can do by getting into a title race, but also showing now its limitations by not being able to take it a step further after the split?
I would, I can agree. I think we showed even today. You look to the 90 minutes. I will not make it better because we lost. This is always tough. But I think when you take the game, then you see still good things. But good is not enough for us as a club. We want to be the best. We want to win titles. And from this point, it's at the moment things what we have to take. A big learning for the new season. And this is what we have to do.
Just in terms of housekeeping, looking, I did see you speaking to the fourth official on the Celtic equaliser, and also there was a challenge on Mikey Moore. What's your thoughts on those two decisions?
Yeah, I think general, I look not, and I think you know me now since the last couple of months, I never look for excuses. But what I heard, maybe there is an offside, maybe there is a red card, but it's a maybe. There's a decision making on the pitch. I'm not the manager to attack in public the refs.
Just finally then, what do you know with 2 games to go? What do you have to prioritise now, and how much is it you're now forward planning for next season?
Yeah, you have to take these 2 games and try what I always said. We want to win games, and we couldn't. And this is not great. It feels not great, and I'm honest. But take all these things, take the summary, take also the consequence from the last 3 games, and then go forward and make the right decisions.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you so
much. No, we don't. Thank goodness he is not just rolling out. He is out of the title race. And let's listen to a little bit of a meltdown by Chris Boyd, who looks rather angry at the situation. No, we're not. At the minute, we're going to jump into the comments section. Well, I did predict a bicycle kick. It just wasn't Sinisalo. You did actually. You did say that there would be an overhead kick from Sinisalo in the game. You just got the player wrong. And Martin O'Neill was speaking on Sky. We're going to listen to a little bit of what Martin O'Neill also said on Radio Scotland.
Coming from a goal behind against big rivals, I think that I couldn't be more delighted with the effort of the team, and certain individuals were magnificent.
Would you like to name which ones?
Well, I think very obvious. The captain was terrific during the course of the match, and Dyson is just, he's pulled it through today again. He's on a rich vein of form at this moment, which is delightful to see. and he was sensational for us.
Yeah,
Absolutely
6 goals, I think, in his last 4 games. I wonder, was that a moment of genuine world-class quality, that overhead kick?
Really was, and he deserved them as well too for his effort. I've just said in a previous interview there that, the negative part of the game, closing players down, he is absolutely adept at that. He's terrific, but then he galvanizes the team as well too from that heavy workload that he puts in, and he deserved the goals, and they were brilliant.
The team overall, I imagine what may have pleased you most of all was just the reaction that you got. Maybe it's just an indication of what's been happening recently. Every time you've been questioned, you've had the answers.
Well, at this minute, we have to go to the well a few more times. A midweek game is going to be exceptionally difficult. Obviously, Motherwell are a really fine footballing team, and but I think way back when we lost at Tannadice. So probably the only time that we all questioned ourselves. Then we had a wee bit of time to think about it because it was the international break. The team have come roaring back. Everybody's played a big part. Substitutes coming on, changing course of matches as well too for us. All of that. But the whole effort of the team has been terrific. Listen, we may fall short. Who knows at the end of it all? But it's been a fabulous effort and spurred on here by a raucous crowd who I actually believe have carried us over the line a few times here in recent times.
Yeah, the atmosphere was quite something, particularly when that Maeda goal went in. We talked pre-match about how things were in your own hands. Clearly they still are. You are 2 wins away now from yet another league title.
Well, those 2 wins are it's like climbing a mountain, isn't it, really? Very, very big matches, big tasks for us ahead. And but we can only deal with it accordingly. The players maybe enjoy a couple of hours here today, and let's try and get ready for Wednesday night. That will be very big.
Trying to get ready for Wednesday night.
But I'm sure here against Hearts takes care of itself. Motherwell away, one of the toughest assignments in Scottish football right now.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Very fine footballing side. Played very, very well this season. They deserve a lot of plaudits. They've been really good. And they come to play, and we know how difficult it is. It's as simple as that there, but we'll try and get ready for the challenge.
That's Martin O'Neill. We will try and get ready for the challenge. A massive game on a Wednesday night. My Sevco fan neighbours have spent the last half hour slamming their door for some reason. Pure raging. When you look at what Martin O'Neill has achieved with Celtic, when you look at this result on its own, it was a fantastic result. Let's not take it away from the players. Let's not take it away from Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill made a big decision before the game. I think that we all know within 20 minutes, Martin O'Neill must have been regretting putting Luke McCowan on the wing. Luke McCowan looked completely out of touch, out of pace. Just he did make one great cross. Dies Maeda missing as many chances as he did, and then pops up and scores a couple of absolute screamers, and you're thinking, what? Where does that come from? Motherwell on Wednesday night will give us something completely different to think about. When you look at the Premiership games on Wednesday evening, you do look at the fact that Hearts travel to, let me just get the SPFL fixtures up for Wednesday evening. When you look at that, Hearts play Falkirk. Falkirk have been whipping boys the last couple of games. Hibernian beat Falkirk 3-1. I expect Hearts to put at least a minimum of 3 goals past Falkirk. Let's put me over here. Big shout out to Darren. He says, a heads up if you're in the city centre, the Union Bears are on the rampage. Tuesday night sees Aberdeen versus St Mirren, Dundee United versus Livingston, Kilmarnock versus Dundee. The Wednesday night, which will take care of itself, sees Celtic away to Motherwell, Hearts at home to Falkirk. You're expecting Hearts to at least score 3 goals in that game. You never know. Falkirk might pull out some kind of result against there. Motherwell have been playing good. Motherwell are playing some fantastic football. I was asked this morning about what my thoughts were on the Motherwell manager being the next Celtic manager. There's a lot of good stuff that you can take from him potentially being the manager. He plays great football. The attacking pace of the football, the one-touch stuff. Something that Celtic under Martin O'Neill and Brendan Rodgers don't do brilliant at times. It's not going to be an easy game. The good side from Celtic is Stephen Welsh will not be able to play in that game. With that being said, Motherwell go really defensive. Can Celtic win the game? Yes. Can they win it comfortably? I don't think it would be as comfortable as this game. I think that game has maybe got a 2-0 Celtic win I would take for that one. Rangers versus Hibernian. Who cares? Hibernian can go and do whatever they like at Ibrox. How many people? How many of the people who'd want to be one of the people when there's people like you? Who'd want to be one of the people where there's people like them? Rangers have nothing to play for going into the final 2 games of the season. Hibernian will take the small crowd that they're allocated, and it'll be a fantastic match for Hibernian if they can get any kind of result. Will Rangers players be up for it? Who cares? Celtic, when you look at the league table, we know that the league is there. We are still in with a chance. We're in with more than a chance of winning this SPFL title. If we do it, my God, if we do it, I watch the watch along next week, because if we win the title, this time last year I was at Celtic Park for the final game of the season and the party in town afterwards. This year, unfortunately, I won't be, but you will see a grown man cry on YouTube if we win the title next week. It will be so emotional. It brings back memories of 1988. Celtic having to go to Dunfermline. Celtic knowing that if they get a win against Dunfermline, they pretty much won the league. Came down to the home game and Harold Bratback scoring a fantastic goal to win us the title. Will Dyson Maeda be the modern day Harold Bratback for Celtic and win us another league title? Does it paper over the cracks? Does it paper over the cracks? Yes, I will be doing a watch along for the game. I'll be doing a watch along Wednesday, and I'll be doing a watch along on the weekend also. Anyway, what an absolutely fantastic day. I am completely buzzing for it. This beer is going straight through me. Big shout to everyone who has been on all the videos today. Join me at 8 p.m. Celtic Park tonight. We're going to jump back on and we'll talk about the way that the seasons went. Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.